know you wanna be somebody, even if you gotta leave somebody. Yes, I'm hurt, yes, I'm dead. Most of the things I don't wanna say. I won't be around while you change.
Hey you guys, welcome back to Taylor XO, or welcome to Taylor XO if you're a new subscriber. So y'all, let's get into this video. So y'all know, I don't know if most of you know, but I know some of you know that yesterday Liv went on live, and out of nowhere she just started spilling some tea on Jazzy and her situation going on over there. And allegedly she had said that she had heard from a few people hitting her up in her Instagram DMs that Jazzy was talking about her. And so she decided to come on live. She said she tried to call her multiple times. Y'all, I could just go on and on about the whole situation, but in fact, I'm gonna get into this clip of the live where Liv explains the situation on what happened, on why she fell out with Jazzy and why she decided to stop being friends with her. And y'all remember when she got on live and she started running some of Jazzy's business down, and y'all remember that whole thing. And for the most part, Jazzy wasn't really saying much about Liv's business, but Liv just insisted on running down Jazzy's business. And from there, she said after that she wasn't going to speak on it anymore unless something popped up with Jazzy. And here again, she pops up and she starts running Jazzy's business down out of nowhere. And it's just like, sis, this was your supposed best friend. Jazzy hasn't got on and said anything about you. Why are you insisting to keep running down Jazzy's business? I mean, you so-called claim that somebody hit you up saying that Jazzy's been secretly saying things behind your back about your business to people. But even if she was, sis, she didn't come on the internet. She didn't come on a live and say it. So why did you feel the need to come on live and just out of nowhere say those things? Now, I mean, I'm not saying that she's wrong. I mean, for the most part, we already known that, Jazzy was getting hit on by Chris. We already knew that, she rides around at night looking for this man and she leaves her kids home alone. We kind of already knew all this, but Liv definitely verified it. And, Liv is a liar. She's a known liar. But, I mean, it doesn't sound too far-fetched just being that Jazzy hasn't came out and denied it even after. It's been almost a day now. She still hasn't gone on live to really address anything. But in her premiere, she did a premiere last night, and she did, somebody asked her, I guess it was a supporter, somebody asked her, was all what Liv said true? People are worried, and Jazzy basically said she doesn't care. She's going to let people think what they want, and she's not addressing nothing. So, that right there kind of tells that the rumors or whatever Liv said is true, but we know that Jazzy's not going to come on here and bash Chris or say anything to expose him of what he's doing over there around those kids. So anyways, y'all, let's get into this clip. It is a little bit long, but this is, Liv explaining what happened that night and why they fell out. So here it is, y'all.
Anyway, so she was on the side of the road. She was looking for this nigga. She found him. It was when she would always go look for him like at night because he would like disappear at nighttime. And supposedly, I guess he was coming home from work or something, but he was coming from the opposite direction. That's what she had told me. So she was like, she found him like on the opposite side of town, and he was supposed to be on the other side of town. Anyway, I always told her he's cheating. He has to be cheating on you. Like, why are you looking for him? He's not answering his phone, but you find him at a random gas station, and then like she's escorting him back to the house in a car. I guess he pulled over on the side of the road, so she pulled over. He comes up to the car, y'all, and if you were wondering why she had to get her bumper fixed, why she had to get her windshield fixed, because the nigga broke her windshield and bumped into her car with his truck. That's why. Okay? So he's hitting on her. He pulled her by her motherfucking hair. And this is when she had some issue with her leg. Like her leg was like, she had something with her knee or her leg or something. And her leg was fucked up already. And she was in the car. Like, she's the type of person, and I've been this type of person, where you're getting abused, but you won't walk away. You just stay there to get more abused because you just want to be around your abuser. I know that because I've been through that. So that's the type of person she is. I would always tell her, get in the fucking car and drive the fuck home. Like, go home, leave him where he's at, go, get away from him. She wouldn't leave his, and then, like, he would come back to her, oh, look, I gotta go, and then call me back. Like, anyway. The nigga threw, I guess he came into her car, he sat down, they were talking, he got defensive, he threw Amaya's cup at the window, that's how he broke her windshield, and he was trying to get her out the car, I guess to do something to her outside the car, and that's when he pulled her by her hair, and he was pulling her by her leg, the leg that's messed up. And she was screaming on the phone, talking about how she didn't want to do it anymore. She can't do it. She can't do it. She can't do it. And I'm talking about do it. It's life. And I'm like, bro, you have 5 kids. You are not about to let this nigga make you feel like this. Okay? And I'm talking about she wasn't crying, just crying and talking. She was screaming and crying. So that's what happened, and like literally, and like he would be running up to her. It was just madness. He would be running up to her, no, and then it would de-escalate. It would ramp up, de-escalate, and I was like, really? You're gonna let this nigga do this to you, bro? Anyway, and it was really what she had said to me after all that. She was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I'm like, bro, you have 5 kids. Don't say that. And that is what made me go to YouTube and say, bitch, get the fuck away from him. He ain't shit. That was what made everything what it was. Okay? And that was maybe the 20th time that happens. But that was the worst that I've ever heard it. I'm trying to think, was that the worst? There was another incident, but that was pretty much the worst because he fucked up her car. So, anyway. So, listen. That's why I can't stand him. That's why he ain't shit. That's why he's disgusting. He's so gross and I don't care. Like, and the candle situation, no, the candle didn't almost hit the baby. The candle almost hit the twins. He threw it at the twins' room. And that was the same night he spit on you. And that night, she called me walking down the street. She left her kids and him at the house, and she was crying. Talking about, I left. Anyway, listen. Jasmine, I don't care if you guys believe me. I don't give a fuck. The truth is the truth. I don't care if you guys believe me. I don't care if you don't believe me. I'm not living in that situation. And obviously, she likes it. So let her live in that situation. But don't let that bum ass, big booty, ugly piece of shit dude sitting next to you hype you up to do shit against me. Because I know all his dirty ass dirt and what he does to you, bro. So, like I said, I don't understand. This is like not in her character to not even call me back. Like,
so that was the clip of Liv basically going into detail about how Jazzy had called her at 4 a.m. and she was out looking for Chris. And apparently Chris was the opposite direction from where he was supposed to be coming back from work. She spotted him at a gas station and things went from there. I guess she said he started pulling her hair, pulling her out of the car when she attempted to follow him home because she was, I guess, escorting him back home. And I mean, is this really anything, or is this really surprising that this man is over there doing this to this woman? I mean, he knows that Jazzy is not going to come out and expose him. He knows that Jazzy will defend him till the death of her and him. And he knows that he can sit in there and get away with these things because of the person that Jazzy is. And because, she has no backbone, she has nothing in her to where she's going to stand up for herself as a woman and say, you know what, I'm done. I put an end to this. You're not going to hit me. You're not going to do this in front of my children. And, whatever I was paying before, that's it. It's done. You figure it out. You pack your stuff and get out of my house. Now, I don't know if the man is even in her house to begin with, but just the simple fact that this woman has allowed this man to do all this in front of her children, because Liv did go on to say that all these instances of, them getting into these physical, verbal arguments, she said that the kids were always around when he did this. I mean, she even said that when he threw that candle, it almost not only hit Legend, but it almost hit the twins, specifically Ava. And it's just like, sis, this man is throwing open flames around your children, potentially harming them to get burned. They have to go to the hospital. Y'all know what happens when you get a burn on your arm or wherever you get it. It does take layers off your skin depending on how bad it is. But I would think if he's throwing an open candle, I mean, especially to a child, that could seriously potentially hurt a child. And the fact that this woman is still allowing this man to do these things, not only to her, but, her children, to where her children are in the midst of it and almost getting harmed. And yet she still continues to pay for this man to let him come in and out as he pleases, to dip off in the middle of the night and go where God knows where, most likely probably cheating. I mean, I would think that if he's, lying and saying that he's going to work and he's out around town and you're trying to look for him and he's lying and saying he's elsewhere, I would think it's either cheating, drugs, or some type of, something over there that he's not supposed to be doing, clearly, that he doesn't want you to know about. He's sneaking around town. You're having to not only leave to go find this man in the middle of the night, but you're leaving your babies at home. I don't know if I don't know if she left Legend at home also. I know a few people had spoke on a live where she was out late night with Legend in the car only, and she looked like she was crying and stressed out. So that maybe have been one of the nights where she was out looking for Chris. So, I hope at least she's taking Legend, because he is only 1 year old. And just to leave Kaylin there to figure it out, God forbid something happens, is just crazy to me. And, when this girl always comes on and she's always saying how tired she is and, she was up all night. It always just is going to lead me back to Liv now saying that she is out late night, driving around town looking for this man all hours of the night. And not only that, but leaving her babies home. And this is the same man that she's been risking her channel for years. Her channel has been declining ever since he's been brought into the picture. I mean, not like it would be any different if Chris wasn't on the channel anyway, because this is just how Jazzy is as a person. But risking your channel, risking your kids being in your home, risking your credit, your money, your business, your car, your things, your personal belongings, the things that you use to make money, like your camera, your laptop, your phone. He broke her phone. Also, he's broke her camera. He's broken tripods. This man has broke everything possible that she uses to make money. And yet at the same time, wants to act like he is not going to participate in paying any bills in the household. He's not going to help her with her kids nor his child, but then wants to break everything in there. And it's just like, at this point, sis, you need to recommend him or try to get him into some type of anger management, because the fact that you have an almost 40-year-old man, or I don't know if he's 40 plus, I don't know how old he is, but the fact that this man is almost 40 plus and he's in there breaking and throwing stuff like he's almost Aiden's age, it just is giving, like there's something else wrong up in the head with him, because, that's just not normal behavior. I mean, obviously abusers, that's what they do. They throw things to, try to scare you and get you to, get scared even more and not react even more, so they can put you down and hit you even more. But just the simple fact that that grown of a man is in there doing those things, especially in front of children, little boys at that, his son, is truly crazy to me. And now we know, when Legend's always hitting you, sis, we know now that the little boy is clearly getting it from his father because he constantly sees his father in there constantly hitting his mother. So we know now that, I mean, not that we needed Liv to confirm anything, because everything that Liv said has already been things that we have already suspected and said. So Liv really didn't say anything new or spill any new tea. It's just things that we have been known. And, now that we even know even more of the situation of what went down that night, of why they fell out, it makes it even more pathetic that this girl is in there, really dissing her kids, letting the relationship slip away with her kids just so she can please that man, and trying to keep her kids away from, her and Legend as much as possible, and Chris, so they can have more time as just a family as one child. It's even more pathetic because it's just like, sis, you're treating your kids like crap for a man that treats you like crap even more. I mean, I don't understand the logic in this woman, and the fact that, she continues to do whatever, risk whatever in her life to please this man. And he clearly, cannot stand her, because if a man is over there doing some stuff like that to you, dragging you out of your car by your ponytail, causing your leg to almost break and breaking your windshield, hitting you with his truck, like, sis, what type stuff do you guys got going on over there? It's like, oh my God. And the fact that this man is doing that in front of your kids. I mean, I know that incident didn't happen in front of your kids, but I'm pretty sure, whatever he's over there doing, it's enough for your kids to be wondering, why is this man hitting you? Because your kids have even came up to you in the live and said, why has Chris hit you? And the fact that you try to make your kids sound like they're crazy when, that man, it really is in there doing that to you, it makes it even more crazy, because it were not even crazy. It makes you look even more delusional than what you try to portray as everybody else is so delusional. Because, sis, your kids are over there even saying it, and you're even denying what your kids are saying just so you can protect him. And who knows if Chris will come on after this. I mean, I'm sure Chris is extra pissed because he came back and thought that, he was in the clear. Everybody forgot about what happened. And Liv came back on and now started again. And I'm sure he probably won't be coming back on, or maybe he will. I don't know. But I know in the live also, Jazzy ended up calling her. And after she had got off the phone with Jazzy, she kind of switched the narrative to start talking about reactors. So I don't know if it was Chris on the phone. I don't know if it was Jazzy on the phone. But whatever they said, I don't know if they threatened to maybe spill her tea or what happened. But she definitely switched the narrative to speaking on reactors. So who knows if, Jazzy ran and told Chris what Liv was saying and got Chris to call her up and scare her, because we know that Jazzy really doesn't ever handle things on her own. She always has Chris at her side to try to call these females up and cuss these females out for her. Like, sis, he's a whole grown man. What are you getting him involved in women business for? Especially if you are the one calling her up continuously after he beat you, and, confiding in her and trying to seek help. But then you turn around and it just doesn't make any sense. And that's why I say, you can come on here and try to help this girl and try to expose it and get her help, but it doesn't matter, because we know Jazzy will never ever leave unless Chris, gets up and leaves himself. But I do hope too that, Philip is over here watching these lives of Liv exposing this stuff, and he truly, looks into the situation and tries to, get this man in line to stop doing this stuff around his children, or try to get these kids out of this home, especially if this is happening on a daily basis, because it's just terrible that these kids have all these adults around them, but it just seems like they still are staying in the same situation, and none of these adults are helping these children. Because you can say what you want, but kids should not have to see those type things every day, especially when a woman has the option to get the man out of the home. She just chooses to keep him in there because she cannot go without one. So, why should the kids have to suffer because she wants to keep the man in the home? At this point, it's just like, okay, well, sis, if you want to keep the man, then the kids have to leave then. And I'm pretty sure if it ever came to Chris or the kids leaving, we know that some way she will cover up the fact that she wanted the kids out and keep Chris in. But I think after, Liv coming out and saying these things, and I'm pretty sure the kids can recount and say, what happened on certain days when you recall, what happened on this day when Chris did this, or, I'm sure the kids will be able to recall these things. So at this point, we already know what's happening. It's going on. So somebody needs to take some type of action and really, see what's going on, because at this point, God knows how often and when this is happening around these kids. But y'all comment down below what you guys think on Liv deciding to spill this little bit of tea on what truly happened on their falling out. I do think, despite Liv trying to say whatever, for whatever reason, she's just now deciding to say this. I do think that she is also doing this for some views and some, just to get into where she can fit in. She knows that people do talk about Jazzy, and there was a girl that came out and was saying a bunch of things about Jazzy. I guess it's a ASMR girl. There was some things said back in between the two, and I guess now Liv decided to put her 2 cents into it also and start getting on to the whole Jazzy bandwagon thing. And, we know that she is pregnant. Supposedly, she just got a new place. She does have a baby coming. So I guess sis needs some more coin over there. So she decided to now, spill some more stuff. And it's just like, sis, if you do want to get some more coin, release the recording supposedly that you have, of Jazzy and Chris. Release the audio or something of something. At this point, you're just repeating yourself. You're saying things that everybody already knows and nobody really cares. Like I said, you're just trying to get into where you can fit in, because nobody else is truly concerned about you or your random baby daddies and your random pregnancies that you always pop up with every other year. So, if you're really trying to get the coins and you really want to do some exposing and whatever, release those recordings that you so-called claim that you had of Jazzy and whatever more that you have, because we know that you're a slime ball, and we know that you were recording something over there, because you said that it was hours and hours of phone calls that you were on with Jazzy while Chris and her were fighting and getting into it. So we know you got something over there. But y'all comment down below what you guys think of Liv now deciding to, go on a little rant about why her and Jazz fell out and start exposing some more things about Chris. Who knows what's to come. Y'all know I'm going to be updating y'all with the tea. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, make sure you guys drop your comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for another one.
Tell me what you see in me. Gotta be something different.